Hello and welcome to another episode of Put Me in Coach on episode 122, Diamondbacks versus Rockies Game 3. Lineup of today, I'm thinking Perdomo is back on the top and stuff, and also he is back. I don't know what happened. I think he was injured, or they just took him out for 2 breaks or whatever, or he was just not feeling well or something. Something was a little off from him, and I did not know. I never heard of it or anything. That's all me and stuff, but fortunately enough, it's good to see him back. Um, Gabe Marino playing catcher, Kendra Marte playing second base. The only thing I'm saying them because they play DH sometimes here and there. Lars Newbar playing DH, Max Kempler playing left field, Tim Towell playing first, and Ryan Wolfsman playing center field. And I think the rest is the same. It's kind of a little different of it, so I don't really remember so much about it. And then Vargas and Loop Bar came in. I mean, not New Bar. Locklear, I meant to say, came in to hit as well as pitch hit and stuff. And then top of the eighth, Vargas came in to play first base over Tim Tawa, and that's it. So yeah, we got hits here and there and stuff. Not a whole lot. The people did not really get a hit. Is Lars Newbar, Nolan Arenado. I don't know what's going on with him. It's weird enough of he hit a grand slam once and then he's cold again. It's just like, what the heck? Tim Tawa, Ryan Wolfsman, none of them got a base hit and stuff, and the rest got more. They basically got like more hits than just one. Like pretty much the rest of the people did get a base hit and stuff. Specifically enough, Tyler Locklear is the only one got one base hit, and that's pretty much it and stuff. So that's that. Yeah, Perdomo went 2 for 6. Corbin Carroll went 2 for 4. Marino went 2 for 5. Marte went 2 for 3. And then Max Kempler went 2 for 4. And the rest, again, didn't get base hit. So it's like 50-50, but it's good to see offense a little bit good in some ways. Now, this game was more of a little bit weird in some ways, so yeah, I'm not too happy for this game because it kind of sucks enough of losing against a very well team, not well team. I meant to say one of the worst teams and stuff. But yeah, I'm gonna go pitching wise of enough. Sorry, I'm yawning. Oh, golly, I just woke up. Morel Kelly was the starting pitcher for the Diamondbacks, who went 5 innings, gave up 6 hits, struck out 2, walked 3, and gave up 6 runs. So not the best from Morel Kelly. I don't know what's going on with him. It's just to me of enough. Maybe there was a little struggle enough from last time, because it's weird because he had like a no-hitter was going on, and then that broken up and stuff, and then came out from the game from last time from a cramp and stuff. So I'm not don't understand enough of why he's ready to go enough of if he's not 100% ready to go out there again and stuff, because again, he just did not look good and stuff. He's having this attitude I don't like enough. It's like the attitude Gallon's giving as well, yeah, that's not a good look in some ways and stuff. You gotta have a better attitude, positive attitude, please. I would prefer it that way and stuff. Like, you're getting paid for this, have some fun. This is baseball. Make baseball fun, please. This is your dream. This is your job. You're getting paid by being awful or good, and doesn't even matter who you are, you're getting paid anyways. Like, so it's just like, and you're getting a ton of money out of this and stuff. People wish they were you at this point and stuff, because it's crazy enough of people are professional sports and they get like a ton of money just every single year and stuff, and just it's absolutely insane. Nobody doesn't get the same money as what you do and stuff. And and I'm just talking about like any sport and stuff. Like if you're a professional, you're gonna get a ton of money and stuff. And the most of the crazy thing is college players as well. Like football, college, like players or anything and stuff, they also get paid. And the mean enough of like, that's so weird. You're not even professional and stuff. Like, I don't understand you're getting paid for this. Like, I get it, it's exciting, whatever, blah, 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 here and there and stuff. But you're not even in this position of professional and stuff. And they really made it huge for the students and the players on for college football and stuff, and they shouldn't and stuff, because you see like a ton of people feel like enough of like, oh, I don't need to go and play and pro football or anything. I could just keep staying going to school and playing for this team. This is, and to me enough of like, that's just so dumb and stuff. People are giving advantage on that and stuff, and that's just gross because people just want money. Um, So yeah, just Kelly just was not just performing it. He was not feeling it well enough. Who knows enough? The cramp messed him up in some ways and stuff. So bad on Kelly, bad on Lavello in some ways and stuff, but it's just, it just didn't look good and stuff. Maybe of enough. Rockies were just ready against on Kelly, and he just never expected it. So, you never know. The Rockies starting pitcher was Ryan Feltner. He went 5 innings, gave up 7 hits, struck out 2, walked 3, and gave up 2 runs. So, I guess he did pretty good, besides enough of only giving up 2 runs. And so that's basically that. But, I don't know other things and stuff. I guess he might have a great match because of Kelly just didn't do so well that much and stuff. So maybe that, but yeah, I don't know. And then the bullpen for the Diamondbacks, Garado, Carello, Philip Abner, and Brendan Garcia. They gave up no runs. So the only person gave up pretty much the rest of the runs is, and he did not look good. We're going to go scoring and stuff. I take out the boring stuff, so these are the ones that we're going to talk about and stuff. Brett Silverin, sorry, I got to say the last name right. Sullivan. Brett Sullivan. I apologize. I have a learning disability, okay? I gotta understand to read stuff, and I got to the point. Don't make fun of me and stuff. Words are difficult. Last names are difficult. I'm saying. I apologize for it, but fortunately enough, I got there. I looked at it. It looked weird, and and I thought of it, and I got it. So we're all good. Yeah, so Sullivan hit a 3 home run to make it 4-1, top of the 6th. Zach Veen hit a 2 home run to make it 6-1, top of the 4th. This is like his first career home run. So good for him. Gabe Marino with a RBI double to make it 2-6, bottom of the 5th. Corbin Carroll with a solo home run to make it 4-6, bottom of the 8th, and that is also his 100 career home run. So good for Corbin Carroll for that. Fortunately enough, we did absolutely lose this games. Of the final score, 4-6. Our record right now is 64-58. and stuff. And also enough, we did lose a series against one of the worst teams. How enough of we just beat a series over one of the best teams, like the Dodgers, and then the next series we lost a series against one of the worst teams? That does not make sense. Or or it's bad management from Lavello. Because again, if we go back from yesterday game, or I mean, game 2, I meant to say, for against the Rockies and stuff. Why did you put Gavin Kinkle in the 7th inning, where enough of he closed the game in game 3 against the Dodgers? Again, if you want to do this, do it correctly in a way, but didn't really give him. I just have a feeling enough of it just didn't give a good rhythm for Kevin Ginkel in a way and stuff, because to me of enough of why is so dumb enough of he actually closed it out, got a save for himself against the Dodgers and stuff, and then he also got a loss against the Rockies, and he only gave up only one run from a RBI sac fly from Mickey Mantle, and fortunately lose the game because the Diamondbacks can't even have a comeback by getting one run, where enough of they won game 1 9-0, where enough of they cannot win a game 2-3. Like, I don't know how this is possible, and they gave up a lot of runs in this game to losing 4-6 and stuff. There were so many opportunities in this game as well, where enough of we had a chance to literally win the game again and stuff. Same thing would happen in game 2. There were so many opportunities of enough of we had a chance, and we just never had the chance of it and stuff. There's so many times where we keep giving up to hitting to the players and getting out of double plays and stuff, and to me I'm just like, oh, man, it's just so lame of enough of we had more chance of enough of beating these teams, and then we lose very shortly and stuff. And again, it's also enough of the umps. The umps were terrible this season. Oh my god, I cannot amaze enough of how awful the calls are and stuff. Like, it was absolutely insane on both sides as well. Just like, umps needs to understand enough of what balls and strikes is. But yeah, it's just like, it just doesn't make no sense. And we never lost a series besides enough of actually losing against the Nationals and stuff. And the crazy thing is, we're better than the Nationals. That's the other crazy thing. We have a better record over the Nationals. We lost. A team is nowhere close to the wild card spot. Like, what are we doing? Like, it's so crazy enough of we beating teams like the Padres and the Dodgers and stuff, and we can't even beat a series over the Rockies. What is this? Like, I don't understand it. And again, I do blame it on Lavello, just a slight little bit and stuff. Where's the reason enough to having different closers and stuff? And so who pitched the game in the 9th inning? Yeah, Garcia. You should just stick with him the whole time, and this wouldn't actually happen and messed up Ginkel. Dude, come on. This is why of enough of, like, if you're gonna do this and stuff, prep your team more up than often and give them a better rhythm to go out there and do the best, where enough of Ginkle just did not look good and stuff. We lost from a sack fly in game 2, more embarrassing than enough, and then it happened on the Rockies and stuff. Can't even have a comeback or anything and stuff. We had a comeback. What is the point enough of we have a comeback where enough of we lost, we were losing 0-7, and then fortunately enough actually won the game over the Cardinals? Like, how did that happen? Oh yeah, great offense. Great offense. We have amazing offense. And stuff. You're telling me enough you cannot hit off against the Rockies pitchers? That doesn't make no sense at all. There were so many times we had back-to-back innings where enough of we had bases loaded, and the only chance enough of you guys got some runs was about 1 or 2 runs, and that was it. You had a chance enough of it, and you know what's the most biggest thing enough of why this is the problem of enough of we didn't get any scoring so much? Because again, people at the plate thought of enough they want to be the hero. They want to go for a grand slam because it's bases loaded. Here's the other thing. If a home run is not on the list and stuff, easy of enough. If there's 2 outs, bases loaded, you also could absolutely go for a base hit and just keep the inning going and stuff, and then get the other person up to the plate, and he might get a base hit as well. Keep up the inning. Why you have to have this big, home run enough? Yeah, that would be great, but like, you don't have to be the hero of the game and stuff. You can win games without home runs and stuff. Like, that's just and unfortunately enough, it gets in your head, and you're trying to win it for yourself, or enough of you didn't try to win for your team and stuff. And it's just like if you can't hit the home run, that'd be great. Why did you cannot do that? Because you thought of it in your head. Where enough of you can be more focused on what's batting and stuff. Read the speed. Be ready at the plate and stuff. And if you want to hack it and stuff, get a good hack and make it fair and stuff. Because there's so many times, like even Perdomo. I thought Perdomo's base hit was going to be base hit, but fortunately enough, it went straight to the guy in center field, and he caught it, and that did not get us any run and stuff. Like it was poor on the Diamondbacks of this game and stuff, and we had a chance in all 3 of the games, and we should win all 3. We should sweep the Rockies that easy and stuff. And it was poor decision from Lovello, and bad on Kelly, bad on the team. Cannot even have a chance to have a comeback every single game of enough to literally win a game 9-0, and then going back-to-back loss against one of the worst teams in baseball, by the records of the score of 2-3 and 4-6. We're still in the wild card, right? Does the playoff mean anything to you? Absolutely. To the fans. How do you do for the fans? If you really want to make it in the playoffs, how do you show it? Please? Because, this is ridiculous of enough to lose a series against the Rockies. I get the Rockies are a good team as well and stuff. They have good players, blah, 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 here and there. Jake McCarthy was player of the week and all this stuff. You know, I'm proud of him for my boy and stuff. Former Diamondbacks, all these typical things and stuff, all fun and stuff. But I understand enough of this competitive and this. You know, we're trying to be more competitive than other teams and stuff. How the heck enough of we beat the Dodgers of enough with with series and stuff, and then losing against the Rockies. Like, this is like, you know, I was telling my dad, you know, and my dad just keeps telling me this is the weirdest team he ever seen and stuff, and I totally agree with that. You know, just like, golly. And you know, I thinking the problem is Lavello, because he doesn't know how to manage this team anymore and stuff. He really doesn't and stuff, and I blame on him and stuff, because how we lost this game, we did. Do not put Kelly out there when he's not 100% ready. That is your fault. You know, like, they should know that was going to happen. And you're pitching against the Rockies. However, enough of you were going to go a no-hitter against the Dodgers, and then you gave up 6 runs against the Rockies? Bro. Like, come on. This is ridiculous now, dude. Progress, you know, they just need to do better. Pitching-wise, Kelly, pitch better. There's nothing really other reason enough of this and stuff. Like, we gotta do better. We're about, you know, today we're going to play the Braves and stuff. And Braves are one of the best teams in baseball right now. The big 3 right now in the National League is the Dodgers, Brewers, and the Braves and stuff. And we can be in that category and stuff. We are now tied with the Rockies. I mean, not the Rockies, the Padres. The Padres are like the same. We're tied with the I mean, why I keep saying Rockies? I meant the Padres, man. I apologize. Yeah, we're tied with the Padres right now, and the only thing we had a chance enough of why we brought them back in the, you know, the category, because we lost against one of our teams in our division, and I was wrong and stuff. It's just like, we cannot lose games at this time. We gotta win and stuff. How enough have we got to this point and stuff? You know, last time the Rockies actually won a series over the Rockies, I mean, against the Diamondbacks, was in 2018. Yeah, that's embarrassment, man. Lavello needs to be fired. I'm taking over. Just what it is, man. Like, I wouldn't let this happen and stuff. I would put Garcia to pitch in Game 3, and he would still get the inning out anyways and stuff. And I would put Ginkel again in the 7th against the Rockies, and he wouldn't have it messed up and stuff. So those are the key things you gotta look at and stuff, and you gotta make sense and all these typical things and stuff. Like, you got, you know, this is not gonna work out and stuff for Lavello of enough of. He's gonna keep going with this. You know, and the last time enough of we played the Braves, we did a split with them. So, I don't know how I feel about this. The only people I'm a little afraid is Matt Olson, because he's been crashing the ball every single time. Even like the first half, man, like, you know, I like Matt Olson. He's one of like the coolest guys out there and stuff, and he's fun to watch. You know, he hit bombs, dude. It's absolutely insane and stuff. And he looks like a cool dude as well, playing first base and stuff. Even enough of when he was on the Athletics and stuff. He's a tall, skinny dude and stuff, and he shows his bat very well and stuff. And it's crazy enough of having like Freddie Freeman getting replaced from Matt Olson from the Braves. It's absolutely insane. It's crazy, bro. But yeah, I'm not so care about the Braves so much. Like, I get their offense is pretty good, but overall than that, but they've been struggling a lot and stuff. But they're still up there in the top in first place in their division and stuff. So hopefully we do better against the Braves. Hopefully, I don't know. It's gonna be in their stadium in Georgia in Truist Park, but anything of that, I wish the best for the Diamondbacks, and this game against the Rockies was horrible. So that's just my opinion, okay? So that is that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this episode. Have a great day, and thank you for watching.